Hello folks, World Cup 2014 have just finished the quarterfinals, so we have up to the semifinals now. In the first match, the quarterfinals played between these two superpowers of soccer, France and Germany, and it was sort of like a blitzkrieg by the Germany. It kind of reminded me of the Second World War, where the Germans took control right from the beginning of the match, putting a lot of pressure on the French that did not show any resistance. The French played really weak soccer in the very beginning of the match, and the Germans scored the first goal, the head shot by Hummels, this defensive guy who is like the new Beckenbauer for the Germans, scoring the first goal, putting the Germans ahead, and the Germans kept playing better, controlling the match. The French did not show much of soccer. The Dorf from French, Valbuena, was probably the best player on the field in the first half. Nothing for Pogba, absolutely zero for Karim Benzema. They came back for the second half with the same attitudes. The Germans playing better, almost deserving the second goal. Then they kind of pulled back a little bit, let control the game, and the French attack a little bit more, always with Valbuena, but it was not much. A well-deserved victory for the Germans, who achieved that way the semi-final of the World Cup. Not playing good soccer. It was a bad match, kind of a boring match. Nothing performed by the French. In the second match between Brazil and Colombia, a lot of people were expecting the Colombians to play really tough soccer. They're playing very offensive soccer. Well, it didn't happen. Brazil took over to control the game. Started playing much better from the sideways. Marcelo finally showing up for the occasion. Played phenomenal first half, stopping Cuadrado completely. Also, a great match by Maicon, who took over Dani Alves, replaced Dani Alves and played really good soccer. Paulinho also step on the field, replace Luis Gustavo, and played outstanding soccer, really showing up for the occasion for the Brazil. Neymar was very well marked throughout the whole match, where Brazil scored the first goal 6 minutes by Thiago Silva, showing that he's not just a crying baby, but he's a phenomenal defender, putting the Brazil ahead. Well deserved. Brazil kept control of the game. Could have scored 2 or 3 goals through the first half. The Colombians were all defense. Brazil just put pressure. Hulk playing really well soccer, and they finished 1-0 in the first half. Second half, they came back for the second half, and once again, Brazil was just a one-team game. Colombians playing defense, playing really hard, like hitting the ball, hitting the Brazilians all the time. Brazil controlled the whole match, the midfield, everything, and scored a second goal. And a kind of a awkward technique by David Luiz, took the free kick to put Brazil in a 2-0 lead, the 26th minute of the second half. And then, Brazil pulled back a little bit. They made some changes. The Colombians started attacking, but not by much, and then they finally scored a penalty, minute 33. And after that, the Colombians started putting a lot of pressure, playing very physically. Neymar suffered an aggression from the back by this good player. For me, it was a tremendous disappointment by Zuniga, who just hit the guy in the back. Neymar is out of the cup, a tragedy for Brazil. They kept playing better, won the match with a 2-1 victory, well deserved by the Brazilians. The Colombians were disappointing. James Rodriguez, he made a great play in the penalty, played well soccer, but pretty much was the only man that tried to play soccer in this match. Well, the Colombia and Brazil are usually two teams from South America that kind of play the soccer with the ball in the field, are not very aggressive teams. That was not this match. Colombia played very aggressive, very dirty, very awful kind of level of soccer. It was tremendous disappointing for this team that had played a fantastic World Cup so far. Disappointed in this quarterfinal match, and Brazil is ahead in the semifinal, and they will play Germany without Neymar and without Thiago Silva. Horrible referee. Should have given 3 red cards at least for like Zuniga, for Mario Yepes, and also for Cuadrado. These 3 guys really attacked Neymar throughout the whole match, and they deserved the red card through the whole entire match. The other match between Argentina and Belgium, and once again, we expected a lot from the Belgians. They had played really well the World Cup with Vincent, with Hazard. We talk about this with Fellaini too, and this time the Belgians did not show up for the occasion. It was just Argentina who took over right from the beginning. Messi played a phenomenal first half. Really did. Messi this time is kind of funny because Messi in this match did not score goals, did not give the assist, but played really well for the Argentinians, really creating a lot of plays. Kind of played back from the midfield, showing that he's capable. Yes, he's capable of creating and doing some. He's a phenomenal striker. He can really play well. He finishes really well. He dribbles really well. But he can also make good assists, and he proved to me that in this match against Belgium. Not much soccer by the Belgians. Argentina. Higuain, scored the first goal for the Argentinians, put them ahead. Finally, Higuain did something for the Argentinians. He had a horrible performance so far today. He played well. Even missed a goal. He hit the post on the second. Really played well for the Argentinians. That was the first half. In the second half, once again, the Argentinians kind of controlled the match. Not much done by the Belgians until the very end of the match. And then something really strange. We almost took off Hazard. You just don't take off your star in a match that you're losing by 1-0. And, the Belgians start playing a little better. Good match from De Bruyne, who's the only guy, number 7, who was really creating some turmoil for the Argentinians' defense. But the match finished 1-0. It was not a great match again, but Argentina is there. They're not playing good soccer, but they're playing kind of pragmatic soccer. They're playing after the results, and they are getting there. Phenomenal match play by Lionel Messi, this time against Belgium. And the final match between Holland and Costa Rica, a battle, phenomenal battle. The Costa Ricans play fantastic defense soccer. Phenomenal match by Keylor Navas, stopping the tough Robben and Van Persie in this match. He just completely stopped. The best performance by a goalkeeper in this World Cup. I would say probably the best performance by a goalkeeper in every World Cup I have seen. The Costa Ricans held the Dutch for 120 minutes. Lots of balls in the post. The Holland really put a lot of pressure, really tried to score goals, but the Costa Ricans were warriors, and they were able to finish 0-0 and losing in the end in a penalty kick. So kind of interesting strategy by Van Gaal, who took off Silesens and put Tim Krul in the goal. This guy is well known for making a lot of saves as a goalkeeper in the penalties and in the free kicks after the match, and he did it. He saved 2 penalty shots, and the Costa Ricans finally lost the World Cup, and the Dutch will advance, and they'll play against Argentina's in the semifinals. So now we know that these teams are expected to be there. There are 4 major powers of soccer: Brazil and Germany. They're always there. Argentina is also a power of soccer, and the Dutch, like I said, is probably the best school of soccer in the world. It's a small population. They'll always come up with the phenomenal matches. So nothing new, nothing extraordinary new, nothing that we did not expect. It's going to be Argentina and Holland, Brazil and Germany, and I will talk tomorrow about who is going to make it, what's going to happen in the semifinals, okay? And I'll see you next time.